Imagine receiving your paycheck on Friday afternoon. You look at the number on your screen. It isn't impressive. It isn't the kind of salary that financial influencers brag about online. There is no luxury car waiting outside, no six-figure investment account, no secret business generating passive income while you sleep. Just a normal paycheck. Almost immediately, anxiety begins to creep in. Rent, food, bills, unexpected expenses, the future. You start doing the math in your head. The numbers never seem to work. Every month feels like a race against a clock that is moving too fast. Now imagine a different person. He earns roughly the same amount. His salary is ordinary. His job is ordinary. His life looks ordinary. Yet somehow he sleeps peacefully. He isn't constantly checking his bank balance. He isn't panicking every time an expense appears. He isn't trapped in an endless cycle of financial stress. What secret does he know? Most people believe wealth is created by earning more. The Japanese discovered something different. Wealth begins long before income increases. It begins with the way you think about money. In post-war Japan, millions of families had very little. The country had been devastated. Resources were scarce. Salaries were modest. Yet over the decades, Japan became known for one of the strongest saving cultures in the world. How? Did everyone become rich? No. Many simply learned a system. A system designed not for millionaires, not for investors, not for entrepreneurs, but for ordinary people with ordinary incomes. A system so simple that most people is exactly why it works. Today, we are going to explore the Japanese money system for low-income people, a philosophy that teaches you how to stop feeling poor before your income changes, because the biggest financial problem in your life may not be the amount you earn. It may be the way you think, the leaking bucket. Imagine you are standing beside a well. Every day, you lower a bucket into the water and pull it back up. The water represents your income. The bucket represents your life. Now imagine that your bucket has holes, small holes, almost invisible. At first, they seem harmless. A subscription here, a delivery fee there, a random online purchase, a coffee you didn't really need, a discount item you bought simply because it was on sale. The holes seem tiny, but by the time you arrive home, half the water is gone. Most people believe they have an income problem. Many actually have a leaking bucket problem. This is one of the first principles hidden within Japanese household finance. Before asking how to earn more, ask where the water is going. After World War II, many Japanese families developed an extremely careful relationship with spending, not because they enjoyed deprivation, because waste was dangerous. Every yen mattered. This created a mindset that still influences Japanese financial habits today. You are suffering because you focus on the wrong number. You stare at your income. But income is only one side of the equation. A person earning $2.00 and keeping $500 is often healthier financially than someone earning $5,000 and keeping nothing. Yet, modern culture teaches the opposite. It celebrates the size of the bucket, not the leaks. The Japanese money system begins with awareness, not judgment, awareness, because you cannot fix holes you refuse to see. The goal is not to feel guilty. The goal is to become conscious. The moment you become conscious, the leaks begin to close, and suddenly, the same paycheck starts behaving differently. Kakeibo. The Book of Questions in 1904, a Japanese journalist named Hani Motoko introduced a financial method that would quietly survive for over a century. It was called Kakeibo. At first glance, it looks boring, no flashy charts, no complicated investing formulas, No promises of becoming rich overnight, just a notebook. Most people see a notebook and think it cannot change their life. They are wrong, because Kakebo is not really about money. It is about attention. Every month begins with 4 simple questions. How much money do you have? How much would you like to save? How much are you spending? How can you improve? Notice something strange. The system doesn't begin with spending. It begins with reflection. Modern consumers buy first and think later. Kakebo reverses the process. Think first, spend later. Imagine walking into a supermarket. You see snacks, discounts, special offers. Your brain becomes excited. You feel urgency. You feel temptation. But Kakebo quietly whispers a question. Do I actually need this? That question sounds small, but it changes everything, because spending is often emotional. You buy because you're stressed. You buy because you're bored. You buy because you're lonely. You buy because everyone else has it. The purchase has nothing to do with need. It is an attempt to change a feeling. The Japanese understood something powerful. If you can understand the feeling behind the purchase, you gain control over the purchase itself. Most financial advice focuses on money. Kakebo focuses on behavior, and behavior is where financial transformation begins. The bamboo forest. Look at a bamboo forest. Each stalk seems thin, fragile, unremarkable. You might wonder how something so small survives powerful storms. The answer is hidden underground. Bamboo develops an enormous root system. Long before it grows tall, it grows strong. This is exactly how the Japanese approach savings. Most people treat savings as leftovers. They spend first, then save whatever remains. Usually, nothing remains. The Japanese system often reverses this. Save first, spend second. This sounds simple, but psychologically, it changes everything. Imagine receiving your paycheck. Before touching it, you move a small amount into savings. Not a huge amount, not something painful, just enough to establish the habit. Now the remaining money becomes your spending limit. Many people hear this and say, I can't save. I don't earn enough. But that is exactly why the system matters. The goal is not the amount. The goal is the identity. A person saving $10 consistently is building a stronger financial future than someone saving nothing while waiting to become rich. The bamboo does not become tall overnight. It grows a little every day. You are trying to build a giant tree in a week. The Japanese system asks you to become bamboo instead. Small, consistent, patient, because patience compounds, and compounded patience becomes strength. The convenience trap there is a modern enemy that quietly attacks low-income households. It does not look dangerous. In fact, it often looks helpful. Convenience, food delivery, buy now, pay later plans, instant purchases, one-click shopping. The problem is not convenience itself. The problem is unconscious convenience. The Japanese often maintain a stronger connection between effort and consumption. Many people still cook at home. Many people walk. Many people repair things instead of replacing them immediately. To an outsider, this can look old-fashioned, but hidden inside these habits is financial wisdom. When effort disappears completely, spending becomes invisible. You order food with one tap. The money disappears silently. You buy something online. The package arrives days later. The pain of spending and the act of spending become disconnected. Your brain loses awareness, and awareness is the guardian of financial health. Imagine a river. Every unnecessary convenience is a small stream flowing away from your financial future. One stream seems harmless. 10 streams become a flood. You are not poor because of one purchase. You become poor because of thousands of invisible decisions. The Japanese system encourages friction, not because friction feels good, because friction creates awareness. Awareness creates discipline. Discipline creates freedom, and freedom is the true purpose of money. The rice grain philosophy. There is an old Japanese proverb, even dust, when piled up, becomes a mountain. Most people apply this idea to success. Few apply it to money. Imagine a single grain of rice, tiny, almost meaningless. Now imagine millions of grains. Suddenly, you can feed entire villages. The same principle applies to wealth. You are obsessed with big money, the huge promotion, the winning investment, the life-changing opportunity. Meanwhile, your financial future is being built by tiny decisions. $1 saved, one unnecessary purchase avoided, one meal cooked at home, one subscription canceled, one extra hour of work, one smarter decision. None of these seem important. Individually, they are not. Together, they become a mountain. The tragedy is that most people ignore small actions because they appear insignificant. They want dramatic change. They want transformation overnight. But Japanese philosophy rarely worships dramatic change. It respects accumulation. A mountain is not built by one giant stone. It is built by countless particles of dust. Your financial future works the same way. The lantern in the dark. Imagine walking through a forest at midnight. You cannot see the end of the path. You cannot see the destination. You have only a small lantern. Many people would refuse to move. They want certainty. They want guarantees. They want proof that everything will work out. But the lantern only illuminates a few steps, nothing more. This is how financial progress works. Low-income people often become trapped because they focus on the entire journey: retirement, home ownership, emergency funds, investments. The future feels overwhelming. The distance feels impossible. The Japanese system teaches a quieter approach. Focus on the next step, not the entire mountain, just the next step. Save this week. Track this month's spending. Reduce one unnecessary expense. Cook one additional meal at home. Improve one habit. That is enough because the path reveals itself gradually. You do not need perfect financial knowledge. You do not need a perfect income. You do not need perfect timing. You need movement. The lantern was never designed to show you the entire road, only the next few feet. And that is all you actually need. The teacup. There is a lesson hidden in a simple Japanese teacup. The cup is valuable, not because it is overflowing. It is valuable because it is enough. Modern society constantly tells you that you need more: a bigger salary, a bigger house, a bigger lifestyle. The target keeps moving. You reach one goal, another appears. You buy one thing, you want the next thing. The chase never ends. Many low-income people suffer twice. First, from financial limitations. Second, from comparing themselves to people who have more. The comparison creates endless dissatisfaction. The Japanese concept of contentment challenges this cycle, not by rejecting ambition, but by asking a deeper question: what is enough? This question is dangerous because once you answer it honestly, consumer culture loses its power over you. You stop chasing every trend. You stop buying every status symbol. You stop trying to impress strangers. You begin building a life that actually belongs to you. A person who earns little but understands enough often experiences more peace than a person who earns a fortune but constantly wants more, because peace is not created by income. Peace is created by relationship. Your relationship with money, your relationship with desire, your relationship with enough. The Japanese money system was never really about becoming rich. It was about becoming stable, calm, intentional. It was about creating a life where money serves you instead of controlling you. And that lesson matters today more than ever, because the most powerful financial skill is not earning. It is stewardship. Not getting money, keeping it, growing it, respecting it. Like a farmer respects each seed. The farmer knows a forest begins with one seed. The Japanese know financial freedom begins with 1 yen, and your future begins with one decision. So tell me, if you could improve just one money habit starting today, what would it be? Tracking expenses? Saving first? Cooking at home? Avoiding impulse purchases? Write it in the comments, because every mountain starts with a single grain of dust, and every fortune starts with a single step.